Okay, so this is just a quick tutorial on the Paper Kiwi software. You can do, these are the products that we can print, so anywhere from, our most popular products are for sure our books and our calendars, but we also do cards, posters, you can even do playing cards if you want to. So if you click on photo books, it's going to give you, show you your saved photo books. If you want to make a new one, you're going to click Create New. You're going to choose the book that you want. I like the photo hardcover, so I'm going to say, okay, let's do an 8x8 photo hardcover. So I'm going to scroll down here, do an 8x8 photo hardcover, and I'm going to show you the photo book wizard, where we choose a themed book, and we can choose any of these themes. So I'm going to do a book of my daughter, so I'm going to do a baby girl book. We're going to hit on next. We can go in and select pictures. So when you click on this, it just goes to your My Computer window or to your Documents folder on a Mac. You go through and you select the pictures, and you can actually select from multiple folders. So I'm going to select all these pictures, and then I can also go in and say, oh, I would like to go into this folder as well, and I can select individual pictures one at a time. And as soon as I have the one selected that I want, so now I've got them selected from 2 different folders. It shows me that I've got 46 selected. I say OK. It's telling me my book's going to be about 20 pages long, and I go next, and that is showing me the cover picture page. If I want to change that, I can hit Preview Pictures, and I can say, oh, I would rather have this picture be my cover picture. Okay. And that should change here shortly. Oh, sorry. I have to grab it, and then I actually just move it to the front. And as soon as it's the front picture, I hit OK. It's going to change that preview, and I can say Go. If I want text on the front cover, I could say my daughter's book. And hit Next. And now it's going to build that book. So it's going to choose the templates. It's going to do everything for me. It's going to lay out the color scheme, the book, the print layout, all of which is changeable. So on the next step, we're going to let it build the book real quick. And as soon as that book is done building, it's going to actually open that book in my window. Okay, and now I am looking at my book. So the first page that will pop up is the cover. So this is the front cover on the right, back cover on the left, and then we have the spine in the middle. So I could actually right click on this and say, oh, I want to insert and it takes a minute to get caught up. We're telling it to build all this book, and we're trying to work while it's building. So we could say we want to insert a new caption. Let's see if it will catch up here to us. Okay, so now I can actually click on this right here, and because I inserted that caption over the spine, it puts it on the spine, and now I can type my daughter's book here. Okay, when I'm done, I just click off of it, and it is going to put that in. I could actually go through and change the color of the text. If I wanted it to have a different color text, I can click on it and it changes the color of the text. I could change this background layout if I wanted to, and I could actually use an image for that if I wanted to. So let's say I have some designed papers somewhere. I could actually go in and say, oh look, I want to add an image We'll see if I can get to... So I could go in and say, oh look, I want to add this design that I have just saved as a JPEG on my computer. It's then going to be the last picture, and I can actually drop that in and say I want that to be my background. And it will take that image and dump it into the background and let it be my background. And I can do that on any page. So then I can go through the book. I can change templates, so it's got page layouts. So if I have two pictures and I switch it with a two-picture layout, it's going to just automatically take those pictures and switch the layout to match those. I think it's still catching up to me here. So it will just change the layout to whatever I want. If I choose a layout and I decide that I want to change it, I can just click and drag and move any part of that layout. I can right click and put an image centered or wherever I need to on the page. I can tell it to center the image. I can go through and edit the images if I wanted to. I could right click and say, look, I want this image to be black and white, and I can fade it to black and white. If I wanted to use an image as the background, I could drag an image into the background and say I want that to be a two-page background. And I could right click on that and I can say I want that to be mostly transparent. So I can tell that it's her picture in the background, but I could still put text. If I wanted to add text, I could either find a layout that has text, so these little lines mean that we're going to have text. I could use a layout that has text, or I could go back in and down here where it has a checkbox, that means that those pictures have been used. So we just took this picture off, so it shows not used. We're going to put that back in. If I click on the center, if I click on this very center area, I can move the picture back and forth. I can right click and I can insert if I do a caption, that's text, or I could say I want to insert a new picture. Okay, so if we say we want new text, I can size that text box to fit wherever I want. And then I can type in wherever I want. If I select that text, I can use any font that my computer has. So that's one of the coolest things about this software is it will let me use any font. I'm not tied down to the 20 web fonts that a developer makes if they do a design online. It's got borders, so I could go into the borders and say, okay, I want to use this little black border and I want to drag that onto that picture. It applies the border. I've got page backgrounds, so if I wanted to use their backgrounds, or they actually have picture shapes, so if you want a picture to be in the shape of a heart, you can have it be a heart-shaped picture. You can always edit and undo anything that you do. And those are most of the steps in making a book. Just laying it out, adding your text, choosing your fonts, font colors. There's really not a lot that I've found that this software cannot do. So if you have any questions, always feel free to email us at info@paperkiwi.com. And we hope that this tutorial helps. Thanks so much for your time. You can go into here. Oh, you can click and rotate a picture. Just wanted to show you. You can rotate a picture. You can move any of the templates wherever you want. You can resize the templates. So if you want your pictures to be bigger, you can resize the pictures in any way you want. There's really just an unlimited ability that this software has. So feel free to use it. And if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. And we will always try and help you use it. As you're building, when you're dragging this stuff around, the little outside edge, it's got a little box that it pops up. Everything outside of that box has the capability of being cut off. That's called a bleed, and that's where it allows for a a cutoff because the front and back pages might not line up perfectly when we print them. So make sure you design inside of the box. Anything outside of the box might be there, but more than likely some of that is going to get cut off. Once you're done, you click on Send to Paper Kiwi. It tells you your book problem, so it's saying we've got a picture on page 19 that has really low resolution. I could go back in and say, okay, where's page 19? I'm going to change that picture because it is low resolution. I'm going to stick in a different picture that isn't as low of resolution, and then I'm going to send it to Paper Kiwi. Once you send it to Paper Kiwi, it's going to build a viewable PDF that you can look at on your screen. And so you got to let that happen, and we always recommend you check that PDF because that's exactly what it's going to send us. So it lets us look at it, lets you proof before it gets printed the problem. So like on this page, I've got some sideways pictures. I'm going to catch that when I'm looking at that PDF. As soon as it's done building it, you're going to have to view it. You're going to have to authorize. There's a button that you click that says that you viewed the proof and that you approve it getting printed. And as soon as you're done with that, it'll take you through the checkout process and ask you to give us your shipping information and your payment information, and we'll ship you your book. As always, our printing is 100% guaranteed. If you're not happy, you can return it for a full refund. And that's our tutorial for Paper Kiwi. Thanks so much.